Well, hello and welcome back. I did a little bit more work in between episodes here. One of the things I did was I actually found a nickel zinc iron veins over in that jacaranda forest over here, all the way over here, and these chunks are all loaded, and we've got them all being brought in and being processed over here. I also, moved my gold chunk a couple spots over from over here to over here, so I actually have, because an infinite gold chunk vein is right here, as opposed to over here, so that works. And also, another thing is, I found, I don't remember where it was, a copper vein and a carbon vein up here, so I've got copper and diamonds coming as well. So I think I haven't actually got set up yet is the iron being shoved in, but that's fine. What I want to do today is actually get my PCB line automated set up, because I have pretty much everything I want for that. But there's a couple things I need to get set up beforehand. That is improved pressure generation, because I'm going to need quite a number of, assembly lines here, like 3 of them, so that's going to be quite a bit. Not to mention powering up the UV light box. Etching tank I don't need, so that's not too bad of an idea, because I've got an idea about how I can go about this. And that's just going to be using the same thing I'm doing over here, using the thermal compressors and heat sinks, and also having them next to these blaze burners with these superheated blaze burners, because that's a nice source of heat. I've added in 3 more thermal compressors, added in a pressure chamber to deal with it, and also got the heat sinks and everything to start generating pressure from air here. So we generate a decent enough rate, and this will do things. So to get started on this, we're going to need, to make the PCB blueprints, which means we need an empty schematic, which means we need paper and light blue dye. Nice thing is, these are all fairly simple to do. Really easy to make use of. So, what I will do, and I'm sure I have kind of just about everything I need here. So we need paper, light blue dye, got everything I need to be able to do all this. Starting off, we have ourselves a phytogenic insulator. We'll throw that in there, that will get that running. So we'll have sugarcane in here, cyclical processing will allow the more sugarcane to be put in here to work. And a couple of things here. Let's move this across by 1. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we will. Maybe because of the concrete powder we've got here. So, we get some water right here. We get an infinite water source right there. We can grab a pump, which I then want to pump out of here, so that's good. Check. And that will pump onto a phytogenic insulator, so I'll get the water here. What I'm then going to want is a alternator here. So that will power this up. I'm not sure if that will or not, but we'll see. output on that side, so that will cyclically reprocess that. Yep. So output, which will then have, so we take a belt out from here, go across here. Doesn't need to go too far. We pulls out, goes across. We need to be going into a mechanical, under a mechanical press, I think it is. Because we can then use sugar cane to press it to make paper. Yep. Sure. Well, I've got all these mechanical presses. So that goes across to there. Gets me a mechanical press up here. Oh, I don't have the andesite funnels. Yay. Oh. Which then will need to go into a basin. And this one's actually fairly easy because I can just have, well, the exact same situation as before over here. That comes over into a basin with a mixer on top, which will be making empty schematics, which I have one right here. So that's what you're creating. It's good that goes in there. I need some andesite funnels. Oh, I had plenty. Okay. Take out from there, you insert into here. It's good. This one is the blue orchid. That's a sugarcane, so that's good. Then this comes out from here yet again. And the empty schematic will need to go under redeploys to get me the PCB blueprints. Yes. So, not mechanical press, deployers. Goes under 1, 2, 3 deployers. Makes me the PCB blueprints. Which then that needs to be combined, deployed onto, well, a number of things here. Needs to be deployed, yeah, onto plastic sheets, along with copper sheets to get me the PCB assembly package. Also needs to split off to be put onto unassembled PCBs along with liquid green dye to get the assembled PCBs. And finally, on the stack of unassembled PCBs to get the PCB Legend assembly package. And each of these other ones, because the empty schematic, it needs to get printed calculation circuits on top first, which is connect mechanisms onto, first quartz onto connect mechanisms. Okay. So I've got the, well, three mechanisms I need going up here to be able to make the PCB whatever's. And so, just need to, well, get them over here and made up here. So first off, the connect mechanisms. Yeah, gotta be careful here, otherwise that's, yep. That happens because of the speed which are going through here, so that's fun. So that will get the connect mechanisms going over here, which then we need to get a deployer on top, which will then put Certus quartz onto him. So plonk that there, we can have a pusher push to the south. So that will deploy Certus quartz onto them and making the, well, appropriate end, well, yeah, the appropriate one here. Oh, and then press after it. So, where are my presses? I've got a bunch right here. Let's actually remove this, so instead of to the south, it's to the north. So it goes to the north, does that. We then get another mechanical press here. And it's going to be going, because all these circuits are going to need a press after them. So do that. Then we're going to need one for making gold. Oh, putting gold on top of the precision mechanisms. And then diamond on top of the radiant mechanisms. Which is going to be fun. Just getting the gold in there. Yeah, no, that's fine. So that will work. And does this go far enough back here? Yes, it does go far enough back there as far as I can tell. And then these all get loaded up. Like so. Cool. Do I not have any dirt on me? I've got 3. Which isn't quite enough, but I do have some cobblestone to fill the rest of this in here, like so. That'll do. So, let's get these all hooked up here. Grab this precision mechanisms. Once more over here as well. There we go. That all worked out. So, that goes across here. What I want to do... I wonder... What if... we do something here? We grab a... seed melter. One of the seed fluid tanks. Okay. We put a seed fuel tank here, which is going to get refined fuel into it. We'll then throw one of the seed melters on top. We'll grab this fluid cell, plonk this here, remove everything here so it's going to pull up from the bottom, eject into the spout. So I'll get the radiant mechanism turned into port ones there, so that's good. The glass. That's actually not as bad as I initially thought. Because all I'm going to need to do here is grab a pump, have that connect up to the right thing here. Which I'm trying to connect you up to there. We have a pipe that shouldn't connect there. We can then grab another seed fuel tank. I'm actually going to rotate this around here. So, seed melter, perfect. And so that will pump up the molten gold from here, throw that into that spout to go on there. That goes across here into there, perfect. We'll then need to get these both rotating. Based on the direction this is rotating here. That's why I got all these gearboxes here. I have a feeling this is going to be rotating in the wrong direction. Yeah. Let's rotate that up. Well, as long as that's not connected up, this should be fine. So we go here. Hey! What's going on here? That's wrong. Oh, because these aren't powered up. Okay. Honestly, these don't care about the direction they're rotating, so won't go chain drives, we'll just go gearbox. Then we'll chain drive up like so. Connect that here. I'm going to need to clear everything else out. Let me just short this out here. And you can go in here. Perfect. Put this up so you can go in there. There we go. So that'll be the engineering, calculation, and logic. So it's be done once I get these all hooked up here. I've routed the diamonds and the gold over here, so now I just need to make sure, well, the refined fuel gets over here, and also route up a connection up to the refined fuel so they can get melted down. So the only thing I need to do is make sure this belt gets start turning in the correct direction here. We'll just see how well we can do that. We do this and this. No, that's turning in the wrong direction. So not quite what I was expecting. Fun. Actually, there might be an easy way. We go here, and here. We do a connection here, and here. Perfect. And so we should see here that, yeah, the diamond, oh, the gold. Is it just a little bit too far for the refined fuel? I might have to readjust where that is. If that's the case, can we just go this here and plonk this here going that way? Place another cogwheel. And then freeze this up here. Oh, and I also need to get this spinning as well. Oh, kind of people going for appropriate way, so we'll just do that old one here. There we go. And we get the printed logic circuits. Which means we've also got the PCB blueprints being made. Great. So now I just need to load this up into a spot where we can get these sturdy sheets plastic being made. First, we don't need this here. Second up, if we remove that from here, we can get... I'm not going to move my sturdy sheet production because it's fine where it is. So I'll just bring the drawer over here full of sturdy sheets, and that'll give us quite a lot going on here. So they can bring this over. That gets us the molten plastic. So then all I need to do is bring this up into another deployer where the plastic sheet... Oh yeah, but this is going to have to go into 3 separate directions. First off, oh, this is not quite working the way I was expecting. Fast, up to here. You go down to here. If I have this even, I'll be fine. Yep. So if I had the plastic sheets coming through here, along here to get that plonked on top, perfect. We will, of course, we've got this happening here. I deploy it up here, set up to plonk that on top. Let's move it one further across. Right here. Place this here. So, PCB blueprints go in there. Check. Okay. Auto output. That's going the wrong direction now. I think I need to do one more cogwheel here. Vertical gearbox there. That gets that going in the correct direction. Check. Okay, perfect. These blueprints up here. We need to get the plastic in here. Simple enough. Bring that over to here. Bring this all the way down to here. Considering these are all going to be cones, right? Correct direction. Let's have that over here. Bring this over here. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, I've got spots where I can bring the other two out and deal with them however I want. Great. So, a couple of chain drives. Gets that all working out quite nicely. And then we still need to bring the copper sheets in over here, I'm pretty sure. PCB assembly package, yes. Copper sheets over here needs to go into another deployer. So we just need to wrap copper sheets up into here, and that will get the PCB assembly package, which then needs to go into assembly control. One of these. So if we then just can't remember about something. Okay. Do something again here. Don't worry about this. I'm pretty sure this should be long enough to get all the way over to there. Now we just need to power this up as well. Gearbox, I don't care about this looking good. I just want to get this working. So, plonk that there, plonk this here, plonk that there, bang. Does it work? We just need to get the copper sheets over into here. I'll get those out. Quick check of something. We grab one of my multitude of depots here. If I place that there, if we drop something on there, yes, that goes on there. Does that stop anything else from going? Yes. So that works out nicely, because what I can then do next is grab from here a controller, a drill, a platform, and import and export bus. So plonk the import here, platform there, we can throw the drill behind it. The export can go here. Controller here, which I'm going to want to put the drill program in first, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So just come over to here, we've got this, I'm going to grab this one here. I'm also going to grab the speed upgrades, because I did that just to be able to get iron coming in. So that and that, so when the PCB package comes in here, we get that over to here, which will then want to place onto the output, onto another one going over here. Can I do something else here? The fluid mixer. A UV light box. Because I'm pretty sure the assembly package gets turned into empty PCBs, which, if we can place it into the UV light box with max speed in there, which would then allow me to take it out from here into the etching tank. Which I think a drawer with a push-pull upgrade, because the etching tank doesn't need pressure. No, that's a fluid mixer. Yeah, the etching tank doesn't need pressure or anything. So if I just keep it this right here, plunk that in there, so have it go straight across there, or it's going into the washing. That's going to be the annoying part, which is still doable, because I don't have to worry about this going too fast. So if we do this, this will pull from the south and will push to the north. Checks that goes through there. We'll need to get this all connected up to pressure line, which we've got plenty of going on here, which is good. Okay, and we'll have another drawer to pull from out from the etching tank and throw onto a depot, because I'm making sure this only has a 100% threshold. Okay, with this pusher we should be good, because we're just pushing it up. Yep. And so we've got a weight ejector plate up there pushing copper up onto here, which then makes its way over all the way over here to where it's getting, well, pushed down into copper sheets, ready to be made into the first part of the PCB. Let's just go quickly grab the sturdy sheets. Maybe replace it with another drawer. Okay, grab the straw of sturdy sheets here. There's 2,000. That's going to be a lot. Throw that on here. It extracts it out. Makes plastic sheets, which Oh, I still just need to get this powered up. There we go. Go all the way across here. Which works out. Let's just see here, that gets placed into UV light box. Oh, and he also did make some speed upgrades while we're in between. Should be enough for everything I need here. Because this is so processed, we'll just do speed up like so. And then, yep, that empty PCB gets made. This is good. I will want to... Where did I put my thing here? That there. Put this in here, makes it push to the north. Should be working. Why is this? That works. That should have no problems. Okay, empty PCB should be put into here. Okay, so that doesn't want to work here. Okay. Let's do something. We'll move this over here. We'll move this drawer because that doesn't want to work. Place that with another quick one like so, where we'll take out from here, plonk into there. In fact, we'll just grab all three of those, plonk them all in here, get them being etched out. So that's good. And because this is a 100% chance of etching, we just need to get this rotating in the correct direction here. Oh, I can't do it from that direction because we've got the pipes there. Let's go from here because we've got a chain drive right here. We can that go this direction, have this go that way. Before we actually get anything going here, we'll take off these funnels here because I want them to go in the correct direction. So plonk that there. Throw another gearbox here. Throw you up like so. Exactly what I thought was going to be the case. So do that. Plonk another one in there. Perfect. Check. Where do we have andesite funnel going into here? Andesite funnel coming out from there. That's better. If I heat this up, that will make it run faster, but that's fine. That still works. So that will also get this, which means we're going to want to take it out from here. Let's work out here instead. So we'll do that. Unlock it. And so these all have a 100% chance of success. So that'll be the next tier, which will then need to be put onto a depot with a fan over here blowing water onto it to wash it. And then that needs to go into centrifuge afterwards. That should be centrifugal separator. Do I keep going? Yeah, I'll keep going along here for now. Centrifugal separator, which will have auto input from there. And auto output there. Perfect. So if we do this, throw a sponge down here, faucet back here, turn this on. I think that should work. We can then grab an alternator over here, make sure that is connected up to there, so that pushes power into there. Check. Does this work? Put in case fan here. get a bucket of water. Throw that there, throw that there. We need to get this spinning up here. These don't really care about which way they're spinning, so it's fine. We can just go bang, bang. Connect you up here. I'll just go in case chain drives are the easiest way when they actually get placed down correctly. Okay, that does work. Yes, that does work. Cool. This next up that needs to go and get stacked. Does that mean it goes into another depot? Ah, chromatic waste, just like I thought. Well, let's do that from here. No, that's smoke. Okay. Output, check. Throw a sponge right here. I know this makes it a bit trickier. And there you go, that gets rid of the chromatic waste. Oh, we don't want a depot, we want a basin. Basin on me? Yes. So, basin here. Throw those in there. We get a mechanical press on top. Gearbox. Rotate. Shaft. Okay. There we go, works out. Okay, next we need to apply the solder mask. So we need to make liquid green dye, which is a combination of cactus, anthraquinone, and water. All inside of a mixer. So that means I'm going to have to take the unassembled PCBs from here. Throw another PCB blueprint and some more liquid green dye onto it. This needs to come out from here. And you get another PCB mask on top. Liquid green dye. After that, needs to go into be dried. So let's just have that go up to here for now. Go bang to there. Check that goes out. We need PCB mask first, so another deployer. So deployer. Spout liquid green dye. We need a basin. So. A mechanical mixer. Oh, this also needs to be heated as well. If we put this here, we can output there, make sure this has the resonant integral components and cyclical processing. I thought I had more integral components. Oh, this feels like this doesn't really need the integral components, so it's good. We'll need yet another alternator for that, but that'll get the cactus being grown. Oh, do I need to actually make this into green dye first? Yes. So, seems like redstone furnace is going to be the easiest way of going about this. Okay. So fire drink insulator, redstone furnace goes into there, makes a liquid green dye. Liquid green dye comes out from here up into there. We need to provide water to both this and that. And also grab my fluid cell of anthraquinone I've got up there, which is a lot of anthraquinone to get going there. Input here, output there, perfect. I'll get the green dye. So it gets cooked up into there. Great. We need the alternators. That should be good. I need to hook everything else up. Water's easy enough. The resonant in blaze burner is going to be a bit on the trickier side, but I can do that. Whether I go, I think I might go lava. Oh, actually, yeah, I will go lava because there's a lava line right behind it. So yeah, that works out. Output into there, perfect. So here's the plan. I need water in here, which I can probably get from 2. I also need to... Yeah, I can do that on top. Okay, cool. Easy enough here. Feed this across there. We got the blaze burner. Okay, this is all set up. So we've got the PCB blueprints coming over from there, being way ejected over to here, which will just set this up to 3, which then that goes up to this depot, which dumps it into a chute onto the deployer. We've got the spout of liquid green dye, which is smart for pulling out liquid green dye from this basin here. It's being fed cactus from this fire drink insulator, which is green dye from this fire drink insulator, which is then cooking up into green dye. Just using the anthraquinone, we pull on from up there, and also putting up water, which is being split into the fire drink insulator and the basin. So now, what I need to do is take this induction smelter from over here. I also threw an alternator over here to start generating power as well to help power everything. So, induction smelter, we'll have it in here, so this will dry off all that. So that goes in there. That will be cooked up into unassembled PCBs, which we then need to compact it yet again in yet another basin. And simple enough, we can inject that into there, grab one of our into the basin with mechanical press on top. Oh, just say that's auto eject. Cool. There we go. So that goes into there, which then needs deployed another PCB blueprint on top. To get the legend assembly package, which then needs to go into the controller. Okay. Wait, does that make it fairly easy then? Because all I need to do let's do it this way. Output onto here. Perfect. Set you up like so. There we go. Unassembled PCBs. Before we even do anything, we're going to need another deployer on top. Nope. So plunk that here, we get a deployer on top here. For more PCB blueprints. So I'll go there, which will set this up once more with a couple of weighted ejectors. Do I have any more depots on me? Not what I can see. But I might be able to do something here. Oh, it's not that one. Try the answer. Wait. It's a crafting recipe for that. Get this. Get another depot on top here. Grab the weighted ejector. Goes from here to here. I'll grab this one from over here. Way to over there. Select it. So 3 at a time should be fine. Cool. Okay. So that just happened. Oh, this doesn't really care about directions, so I'll put this over there. Move this over, we go bang, bang, bang. Through you. Now the gearbox. Bang. And there we go. Got PCB blueprints being plonked on here. PCB, it should be this one. Yes. So if I've done this correctly, we should be able to just go bang, bang. Oh, it might help if I actually get this powered up as well. Okay. There, rotate this here, rotate that there. There we go. Which then means I can grab myself another lot of stuff here. So, assembly control. I'm pretty sure it's a laser this time. Yes. So get rid of a few things here. Okay, that works. So export, import, platform, and a controller. Oh, and do I have the laser? No. Laser. Perfect. So put controller here. Import here, we export to this one. Laser here and the platform. And we just set this for just laser. So do we just have the laser platform drill? No, I don't. Okay, let's get that. There we go. Assembly program laser. That should just be plugged into here. And after that, we get the legended PCB, which needs to have molten nickel put on top of it. Which then needs to go on to further electrical testing. So we get another depot. Spout on top, which we need to get nickel over here now. So if we grab all of this. Assembly platform. Actually, no, we can assembly platform here. We have the assembly controller there. Input, drill, laser, and that one. Come back over here, grab you, plonk you in here. So speed upgrade in there, speeds upgrades in there. So after the electrical tests, we need to use sandpaper, which means another deployer, and we'll also get failed PCBs out of this, which we need to blast back into empty PCBs to go back into the UV light box, which I'll work out. So that's where we depot here, so that's where the output goes. And this will go along here, because after that we then need to get successfully test one, which we need to wash it and then dry it. That's good. Which I've got a couple of ideas here. So grab another one of these, make a weighted ejector. That's directly in line here, so over to here, to here. Plonk that along there. Plonk this on here. Another belt going all the way across it, which has got that going correctly. That goes into here. Weighted ejectable plonk that down here. That's stack size. Can I filter it? No. But I think I have an idea for what I'm going to do here. So this then comes across to here. Another one because we will sand it. Actually, I can go a bit further back here. So we let it get sanded here. I'm just going to make an internal sandpaper to diamond grit sandpaper to put in there. It's going to be fun. We need to wash it and then dry it. Put that there. This here. Oh. Let's try this again. Up to here. Depth on top will be washing. Check. Yeah. I'll put the case fan down here. And then drying, I'll put the encase fan down there. I'll just use a drawer to go between the two. Yeah. And then we'll have another drawer out here for the finished PCB. If I've got everything working correctly, I should just need to get the nickel over here. We've got the lava beings fit into the melter. Throw a funnel in here that should start making molten nickel. Place it on here, which will then go through that correctly, which we will then need to do something here. We need to make ourselves the sandpaper, which I'm pretty sure I have some diamond dust. So, combine paper and diamond dust, we get the diamond grit sandpaper. And then because this uses a durability for it, we can actually combine diamond grit sandpaper with eternal stellar to get the eternal diamond grit sandpaper. Which means I can come back over here, apply it to this here. And then I actually need to get this powered up here. So you and you. Check. Did I forget something here? Oh! The gold. I forgot to apply the gold. Which still is probably doable here. Okay. So this should solve the gold issue here. We're getting the pulverizer powered up. Should automatically eject the gold powder into here, which should complete this unassembled PCB. Oh, I also need to power it up. I forgot about that. I always forget about getting this powered up as well. I'm not sure exactly how well this will work, but we'll give this a go. So, let's get you powered up here. Shaft, 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 shaft. Encased chain drive. Oh, I also need to... No, this does... I have enough pressure. program. Yep. Let's just see if this works. Cool. Then if I take this through here. And let's see what happens. Okay, that's not where I want that to go. So, that gets filtered out over here, which would then go into here. That gets washed, so that's fine. Let's get this continuing on here. This is working fine. I just need a failed PCB. Okay. Failed PCB goes through here. Check. Some PCB goes over here. Oh, I just need to blast it before that goes in. Which might not be too hard either. Encase fan, lava, bang bang. Should cook them up before they go through here. This one. Okay, plonk that in there. We will lock you here. Pull from the north. There we go. We just need to push to the south. Okay. This. And we need to get this spinning. That's already going down, so we just need a gearbox here. Okay. Not even. I can just make... Oh. No, the gearbox will allow me to actually do a couple other things here. Actually, no. Encase chain... I didn't go down far enough for the encase chain drive. So encase chain drive here and here. I forgot to make the fan. Encased fan. Encased fan here. Let's see. What direction does this move it in? Perfect. Plonk that there. I should then be able to grab a bucket of lava. Oh, here's the closest one. Plonk that right there. Let's start bulk blasting. Hopefully this will work. that back in. Okay. Push upgrade going south. Okay, that'll dry it out. And it gets us the finished PCBs. Which we'll pull from the north. And so there we go. We've got PCB production up and running, I think. That should be fine. And the only chance of failure is on this one part right here. That's the only chance of failure here. Which is just a little bit annoying. That's fine. Okay, yeah, this works. So it does take priority over the ones that have failed. So it's good. So we can hold 2000. And so that's everything automated except for the Certus quartz. But the amount of Certus quartz I've got here, that should allow quite a lot of PCBs to be made. Honestly, I'm not really going to bother with the applied energistics stuff. This works out, and yeah. I think one thing that could work from is increasing air production. Because it is a bit on the slow side, but hey, this works. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.